Squad Busters Day 1 Guide. What is Squad Busters? Squad Busters is a fast-paced live-action showdown arena where you have elements of player versus environment and player versus player combat. It combines all of the Supercell titles into one game where each character has a unique set of skills. First, we will take a look at how to progress and increase your character's power inside of Squad Busters. Each character has several abilities to unlock, which will give the character more power. To increase the character's power, you will need to combine units in the character selection page or the squad page. Once here, you will be able to see how many copies of each character you have. Baby units are the most common form of units inside of Squad Busters, as you receive them from nearly every single chest. And once you have 10 baby units of the same character, you can combine them to create a classic version of the character, unlocking new abilities to use inside of the match. The same goes for the super form, where you will need 10 classic units of the same type or 100 total baby units of the same type of unit to complete. The next is Ultra Form, where you will need 10 super units, 100 classic units, or 1000 baby units of the same character to evolve. Once evolved into the next form, the character will stay at that form until you have enough for the next form. Each form has special abilities that will be unlocked from the moment you have one completed character from that form and will be able to be used in all battles that allow that form to be used. To break this down into simple terms, collect duplicate copies of each character to power up your character to their next form to unlock new skills for each character. Once you have that one form unlocked, it will be unlocked forever and you'll be progressing to the next form. Next, we will take a look at Mega Units and how they were used in matches. Mega Units are Squad Busters' comeback mechanic feature that is inside of the game. These units are consumable units and go away once you use them. They are not like regular characters where you can power them up more. They are already at full power, and once you use them, they disappear from your account and are unable to be played again until you unlock more. The main way to get Mega Units is through the Gem Pass. To play with a Mega Unit inside of the match is quite hard. You have to be losing the match or get extremely lucky, or both. They will appear later on in the match when you need them most and can also be changed to a regular unit chest if you do not want to waste your Mega Units. These units are very powerful and even one can change the entire game. Just remember, they are consumable units and you need at least one copy of a Mega Unit at all times to be able to use them inside of the game. In Squad Busters, the main way to progress to the end game is through the squad journey. How do you get the squad journey? How do you get portal energy? Well, we're going to explain it right now. The squad journey works on portal energy. Portal energy is obtained by leveling up your characters from baby to classic to super, and so on and so forth. There's also another way to get portal energy, and that is through the achievement book. Doing the quest in the achievement book will gain you a ton of portal energy, which you are going to need to increase your squad level, which will gain extra worlds. The first world that you start in will be Green World, where you get a couple of characters as well as a couple of game modifiers. Then you progress through the squad journey until you hit Desert World, where in Desert World you're going to gain more characters and more modifiers. Then you go over to Royal World, the same thing, new characters, new modifiers, and so on and so forth until you hit the end game, which is the Squad League. Once you get to the Squad League, you are then going to be gaining trophies for your wins and your placements to be ranked on a leaderboard to compete with other players, as well as continue gaining squad energy to be progressing further and getting more rewards. Next, we will talk about the Gem Pass. Here is where you'll be able to gather resources to help you push further in your squad journey. At the end of the Gem Pass, you'll have a Mega Bank where you'll be able to get additional Mega Units. Next, we will talk about quests. There are various quests that appear throughout the game. The best way to progress inside of Squad Busters is to be completing your weekly quest, beginner's quest, as well as the special quests that appear in the plaza from time to time. The next part of Squad Busters is your achievement book. By completing various tasks, you will be able to gain squad energy, which will help you progress through the squad journey, allowing you to unlock new worlds as well as characters and ultimately the squad league, where you can compete for trophies. Next, we will talk about the plaza. There are various building options to make your home base look more cool. As of now, these are strictly cosmetic upgrades. Next, we will talk about the shop. The best way to maximize your value in the shop is to use code Enchatin. When purchasing items in the shop, you mainly want to be focused on buying only the chest tickets X3. These will give you the maximum value for the gold spent. You will get 2 to 4x value depending on your luck for every coin used this way. Do not buy more than one set of 3 of these at a time, as you cannot continue to receive chests unless you have less than 3 at any given time. There's also a friends feature inside of Squad Busters where you can add friends and party up with them to all join the same battle together. Next up is the consumables. Inside of the game, there are various consumables to be used in battle. We already mentioned mega units, but there are other things inside of the game that can be used in battle and are consumed upon use. These include reroll dice, which allows you to change the option of the characters inside of any given chest, regular keys, which will allow you to open any chest for free on the map, epic keys, which will make your next chest you open free and have epic unit options, and fusion keys, where the next chest you open will be free and give you an instant fusion, which we will get into in a second of what these are. Next, we will talk about the gameplay and mechanics inside of Squad Busters. Inside of a match, there are various objects that are spawned all over the map. These include trees, carapatches, tanks, beehives, and blue boxes, each having a unique feature. For trees, they are only for the character Greg to chop down or for you to throw a bomb on them to blow up and gain loot. For carapatches, they are for the character Mavis only to loot and get loot. For tanks, this is only for the character Tank that will be unlocked later on and gives her the ability to use the tank in battle. For beehives, these are only for Bee, where she will be able to summon bees around her when obtained and do a massive amount of damage with them. Blue boxes are special as they drop some loot, but most importantly, every single blue box drops at least one blue loot, which is a turbo and is one of the strongest items in the game and should be prioritized. Once inside of a match, you will have one character to use to start your battle. You want to eliminate as many monsters as possible to gain gold to open up your second chest, and so on and so forth until you have a strong enough army to enter the mid game. This is when you will be moving towards other players and having to determine whether to farm or fight. I recommend farming up as much as possible and only fighting squads that are very weak. A good early game strategy is trying to get 3 of the same characters as fast as possible that are not suppliers. In the menu of the squad section, you will see that each unit is labeled when you click on them. All-rounders or attackers are great to start your first fusion. A fusion is when you combine 3 characters inside of a match and they become a larger form of that unit. The fusions will have generally 3.5 times the amount of health as a normal unit and roughly 2 times the amount of damage. We have a fusion guide videos on the channel to learn more about fusions if you are interested. There are also a ton of guides on specific areas of the game on the channel as well if you're curious about anything Squad Busters related. Once you have a couple of units and maybe a fusion or 2, it is time for the end game. This is where most likely you will be trying to control the middle of the map and the gem mine, which spawns gems from time to time. You want to always be moving and save as much blue turbo boost as you can for when fighting begins. Holding down the blue turbo boot will not only have your units move faster, but also attack faster. When not moving, you can hold down the turbo and it will increase the attack speed of all of your units. As you play the game, you will learn when it is a good time to fight and when it is a good time to farm. But my general rule for new players is to farm hard and avoid fighting for a couple of games until you get down the farming aspect of the game, which is clearing out monsters, cutting down trees, getting carapatchers, and so on and so forth. Remember, this game is very fast paced, so every moment you are not doing something, you are going to fall behind. I hope these tips helped you understand Squad Busters, and be sure to check out the channel for a ton of Squad Busters guides and videos that we have already created, and there's more on the way. Until tomorrow, take it easy, and I will see you all for my next video tomorrow.